Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the match between Barcelona and Real Madrid, but we are going to go into a deeper dive regarding two different players, which is going to be revolving around Garcia and Frenkie De Jong, and we're going to be discussing how Xavi did transform these two players and tweaked their roles in order to beat Real Madrid 4-0. Now, it wasn't just all about Frenkie De Jong and Garcia. Of course, we have also seen the great performances from Ferran Torres, Aubameyang, Gerard Piqué, Xavi, Pedri, and many other more, even Dembele. Many of these players have really improved massively under Xavi Hernandez. But within this specific game, without the great performance of Garcia and Frenkie De Jong, and the fact that they had their roles tweaked just a little, that is what made the big difference for this game between Barcelona and Real Madrid, and is one of the biggest reasons on why we have scored 4 goals. And we are going to be explaining what exactly that does mean. So look, this was the best game so far under Xavi. After this match did finish with a 4-0 win, it left us with a good feeling. It does feel like this team is going to be something very special. And let me tell you guys, this is a lesson. This is a lesson because many were saying that, oh, the only reason why Barcelona had that DNA when it comes to that type of football, right? Like about 10 to 12 years ago when we had Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Puyol, and Messi, it was because we were only able to do that because of Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Puyol, and Messi, and many other more. That type of style that Barcelona were portraying on the field 12, 14, 15 years ago, back in 2011, that type of style does not work in today's time because you do not have Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, and that golden era. That is what many of these critics have been saying. But let me tell you guys, this is the reason why it is a lesson. That DNA that we have been talking about of Barcelona, it was not because of a specific player. It was not because of Xavi. It was not because of Iniesta. It was not because of Messi. Because yesterday, we won against Real Madrid 4-0 with that DNA, without Iniesta, Xavi, Messi. The only reason why it has been revived and the only reason why we saw the exact same concepts, the exact same style of play, it was because we now have a coach that knows how to implement a style like this into a team, and especially into Barcelona. And so those excuses about Barcelona not being able to perform like that, like they did about 12, 13 years ago, that has to be out the door now and officially. Because again, we have done it without Xavi, we have done it without Iniesta, we have done it without Puyol, Messi. It's just a matter of, can you implement a style like this, yes or no? Over the past few coaches that we have had, that has been taken away from us. We were slowly getting away from our DNA, our style, our idea. And that was one of our biggest mistakes, because that is what led towards us having disastrous results over the past 4 years. But now we are slowly getting back into what Barcelona is supposed to be. And that is why, again, we have beaten a Real Madrid side where we did not have the best midfielders, the best player, the best center backs in the world. We are officially becoming a team that is going to be producing the best midfielders, the best center backs, the best forwards in the world. Understand the difference, my friends. Understand what's actually going on within Xavi's Barcelona. But now let's go into greater detail regarding Frenkie and Garcia. So, starting with Frenkie De Jong. Now, let me tell you guys, this player here was one of the most important players within this game, because what he became within this match was him becoming the third man, meaning that he was always going to be available on the field. Every time Real Madrid were pressing the defensive line, when it came to Modric, Cruz, and Vinicius, they failed. They failed completely, because if we look at these frames here, right, and this is going to be a very visual video, so you guys have to pay attention to what you guys do see here on the screen. If you do see here, you can see that Modric, Cruz, and Vinicius were trying to press the defensive line as much as they could. But the only thing that led towards to was Frenkie De Jong being that open man in the middle of the pitch. It bleeds Xavi's tactics. You can just tell that this was only taught by Xavi Hernandez. I can bet you about 4 to 5 months ago, Frenkie De Jong did not even know what the third man was and how to imply a concept like this. And it's just as easy as that. The fact that Frenkie De Jong knows how to understand something like this, the fact that he was able to position himself right there in that area without moving himself and just waiting to receive the ball after Barcelona were passing it all over the pitch, this is what's going to make him one of the pillars of this project. He understands the concepts, he understands the style. And I remember after the match was over, many were asking him, hey Frenkie, if Barcelona offer you a 6-year renewal contract, would you accept it? He said, yes, of course I would accept it. I want to stay at Barcelona for a very, very long time. And the reason why he wants to accept is because he's learning something new. He's evolving his football. He knows that he's building something great within this club. He knows that he will grow here when it comes to his character on the pitch and off the pitch, and he also knows that he will grow here tactically. And so because Frenkie De Jong was that third man, because he was always available in that midfield, that is what allowed Barcelona to advance into the attacking third and find players like Aubameyang or Dembele who were waiting to receive the balls from Frenkie. And now let's move on towards Garcia. Garcia is another very very interesting type of player because he was in charge of the progression with the ball, always finding players and outlets to pass it to. And let me tell you just how important Eric Garcia was within this game. If it wasn't for this player, if Eric Garcia did not play and Xavi Hernandez decided to use Araujo in that position, we would have never seen Frenkie or Pedri receive as many balls as they could in the middle of the pitch, because again, Pedri and Frenkie were trying to become that third man. What Xavi basically said to Eric Garcia and what to do on that pitch was that he told him this: be more daring, be more risky, understand the talent that you do have, understand how smart you actually are. You can find players up the field. You have the ability to make those long passes, those short passes. Don't be afraid of the press that's coming from Real Madrid, because they're not going to do anything to you, because you, Eric Garcia, are smart enough to find those balls and find those players to progress Barcelona. And so Xavi made Eric Garcia believe in his ability, because the amount of passes Eric Garcia made when it comes to like vertical passes, right, to Frenkie, to Pedri, to Dembele, to Aubameyang, to Ferran Torres, it was immense. And let me give you guys an example. Let's head towards the 34th minute. This is the exact time frame I was talking about in the previous video. When it came to the post-match review, there was a pass where Eric Garcia did make that defined Eric Garcia and who he is. You can see that Barcelona were playing through the defensive line. Alba had the ball. We seen Araujo receive the ball. Piqué had the ball. Eric Garcia receives the ball back. They were just passing it back and forth. And then the moment Eric Garcia sees Frenkie De Jong go to that open space, and he sees also Real Madrid pressing him, his vision and his composure was good enough to find Frenkie De Jong and not be too intimidated by the pressing coming from Real Madrid. And he easily slots that long ball straight to Frenkie De Jong, and then Barcelona have a huge opportunity to score a goal. Just notice just how easy he finds Frenkie De Jong. The intelligence coming from Frenkie and Eric Garcia is just so immense that this is the reason why Barcelona were able to get by. So it's just a perfect way of Xavi setting up this system to benefit these players. We really do have to give props and credit towards Xavi Hernandez for understanding these players, for giving them the maximum confidence to be able to perform. Not many center backs can do what Eric Garcia did within this moment and find players in areas such as this. And then there were also moments where Pedri, yes, was becoming the third man, Frenkie was becoming the third man, but sometimes they did pass it back towards either Araujo or Gerard Piqué, and then Eric Garcia ends up having the final ball in that defensive line and then switches play immediately. So he was in charge of a lot of things. It was not just about passing also. Like, he was also very aggressive. He was always anticipating the ball. Every time Modric had the ball, he defended Modric so well. And we have to understand the type of player Modric is. He does not lose a lot of balls, but Eric Garcia was there to dispossess him. And that was also another very surprising side of Eric Garcia, right? His character, his ability to be very aggressive and take the ball away from the opposition. If we look at the final stats of Garcia versus Real Madrid, again, it is immense. He has played a total of 90 minutes, completed 79 passes out of the 81, had a 98% pass success rate, 91 touches, and the amount of times he was dribbled past, it was a total of 0. He was never dribbled past within this game. He completed 5 out of 5 accurate long balls, was dispossessed 0 times, had 4 interceptions, 5 recoveries, 1 block, and 3 out of 3 duels won. It was a monstrous performance that I do believe Eric Garcia is going to be taking home with him and try to study, how can I improve better? And I do believe that many of these players in this Barcelona squad are going to be asking, how can I improve my game even better? And that is it, right? That is going to be the analysis regarding Frenkie and Eric Garcia. They're starting to understand the concepts. They're starting to become more confident in their ability to succeed, and especially against very tough oppositions like Real Madrid. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona tactical match review. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.